Welcome to our video on working with sections and pages in Microsoft OneNote. We hope you enjoy the content and consider subscribing to our channel.
In this module, I'm going to show you how to create a new OneNote book. So on the screen, I'm in OneNote, I've opened it up, and this is what you do. You go to the File tab, you click on New, and then you've got options here to browse for a location or save it to this PC. So I'm going to save it to this PC by just giving it a name in there, and then I'll click this Create Notebook. So the name I'll give it will be OneNote Training. So I'll give it a name, then I'm clicking Create, and then it'll generate the notebook. It's asking me to invite people. I'm just going to say not now, and it gives me a default section with one page on it, both of them untitled. So what I'll do is I'll just double click on the section and type what I want the section to be called, and I'll call it course content. So what you need to do is spell that right, build up your OneNote sections and pages. So basically OneNote is an online electronic, what was a filofax. Many of people in the older days would have known about filofaxes, where you walked around with a document that was sectioned off and different pages within each section. OneNote is basically an electronic version of that. So this would be a divider, a section, and you can add another section, and within that you can have pages. Now the pages are all blank, just wait for you to give it a title. As soon as I type something here, it will give me the name there. Now the layout of this, with the OneNote books down the left-hand margin areas and the pages down the right, can be changed by you. You can have these across the top or down the side. All of that is done in options. But for now, I'm just going to give this page a name. So I'm going to call this stage 1. And then as soon as I click away from that, you'll see that saying stage 1 there. And if I want a new page, I just go over here, click add new page, and then I'll go stage 2, and so on and so on, like so. Now I've got 2 pages, nothing on them yet. If you want another section, you click on the plus, you give it a name again. So that one is called course content. I'll put this as exercises, press an enter there, and then that's called exercises, ready for me to add pages. Now if you want to rename these or delete these, you can. You can do a new section if you want. You can create a section group where you have multiple items within there, and you can password protect up a section. If you want to move it, you can just pick it up and move it across, and then that becomes the first section. If I just move it back as it was, and then if you want to change the actual color of it, you can do that also. So this is red at the moment. If I go yellow, I've now changed this one to yellow or whatever color that's meant to be. So that's the first section, that's the second section, and you can see I've got like a little preview down the left hand side there where I can hide by clicking on the little chevron, or expose, expand by doing that. Now when you type in OneNote, if I just go back onto the first section, stage 1, when you start typing, you create what's called a container. So I'll just go phase 1 on this, and then press enter and do phase 2, etc. You see how it's working. Now if I point to the side of this, you see this little arrow tipping up. If I click on that, it just basically highlights whatever you've got in line with it and gives you these basic format options. So I could make that bold, I could change the font color to green or whatever, change the font size, and add a flag to it and things like that. So that's a container. If I click somewhere else and just start typing, I'll do phase 3 and phase 4. You can join these containers together by just picking one up and holding your shift key down and then just banging it into the other one. Now, like that. Now I've let go, so they all become one container. Now, these arrows at the top allow you to make it bigger or smaller. I've already told you about that little thing there, and you can pick it up by sitting on those those dots across the top there, 4 dots. Now, if you want to split a container that you've already got, you've got this on the insert tab at the top there, this split tool. So it says insert space. You click that, and then you just basically sit your mouse where you want to split this off, which is there where it was before, and then you click and drag, and you basically pull them back apart again. So you can join them with your shift key, you can pull them apart with that split tool. I'll go back to home, like so. Now, this is a database package. You don't need to save what you're doing. As you type it, it's automatically saved. You don't need to worry about saving things. It's just like an Access database. You just type it in, the data is saved. Now, let's just go back onto a different section. Now, give this title, exercise 1, and then I want to add another page. Now, there is a quick way of doing pages. Well, it's not that quick, but it's a quite useful little tip. If I do 2 square brackets and type exercise 2 and then 2 square brackets, what that does, it creates a hyperlink to a page that it then creates. So if that page isn't there, if I click that, it'll just jump to it. If that page is there, so if I do that to page 1, so 2 square brackets, exercise 1, 2 square brackets. Now when I click on that one, it already exists, so it just goes there, like so. Exercise 2. So that's all I want to talk about in this little video. Hopefully you found that a little bit useful. I'll catch you on the next one.